Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. Now this battle has already commenced. I think we got a late start here from the player, which is Grant 1212126, and he's in the AMX 13 AM, which is the Tier 5 French SPG, and he's located on the south spawn of Cliff. Now he's headed off into the bushes for cover. And oh, sounded like there was a frog there. And he's got a Type 64 Tier 6 Chinese light, dialing in his aim. He's got a 105mm gun. Round out. No, hit the rock face. Oh, that's unfortunate. Now, although it's got a 105mm gun, the AMX 13, oh, that tank's almost on his side. Trying to get used to the new rocks. Oh, that was a splash hit there. Critical hits against the Matilda 4. The AMX 13 AM was actually a derivation of the AMX 13 tank, the 1375 to be precise. And they did actually build 429 SPGs, and they saw service with the French Army during the early 50s. Okay, Panzer 3J trying to get a bead on him. That's going to fall behind him. No. Oh, there's a Cromwell up there, and we can definitely hit him. Waiting for the reload to complete. He's got 13-second reload. It's quite fast, but the problem is you need to dial in the aim, and although you can actually get a reload fairly quickly, it's the dialing in the aim that takes the time. Because it's only a 10.5cm gun, the problem is that it doesn't have much splash. In fact, the splash is only 2 meters, so he needs to get the shell really close to the enemy, and that's why you need to dial in the aim. Round out on the Covenanter. Oh no, it hits that rock. Wasn't fully dialed in. And that Leopard's gone. Right, we've got an IKV and a Cromwell. It's going for the Cromwell. Needs to lead the target a little, because obviously the target's in motion. Round out. No. He dodged at the last second. But he's stationary now. No, I thought for a second he'd been tracked, and that was an ammo rack. Exploded the turret. The Covenanter's hiding behind that rock. He knows it's Arty safe there. And there's another frog. I think you put too many frogs in Wargaming. And that it sounds like that Covenanter just took a hit. Direct hit. Okay, M5 Stuart and that Matilda M4, which is the Soviet version. And there's a Saab M43, Swedish Tier 4 TD. Round out. Ah, he got a hit that time. I think it was a splash hit for 175, but it was very close to the front of the vehicle. That's why it did so much damage. Right, he's looking around for another target. IKV-65. This is the Tier 6 Swedish tank destroyer. Got a much more powerful gun. Oh, he's pulling back behind that rock. He knows he's Arty safe in that position. A lot of these players are working out how to be Arty safe, but he wasn't Arty safe that time, and that's the first kill for Grant. Now, that Matilda's moved forward, but he just took a big hit from the Dickomax. And that's not really surprising, because the Dickomax is a Tier 6 tank destroyer, and that is a Matilda is a Tier 5 medium. And you can see the damage to the turret. Oh, that was close, but it wasn't quite there. And in fact, actually, there's only 2 left on Grant's team, and he's one of them. And the other's the other Arty. Oh my god, what's he do now? Well, the other teammate is a Birch gun, and he's got enough ammo to keep firing for the entire game. And one thing I do know is the AMX 13 AM is actually very good at firing on the move. I've actually taken out a T-34 moving at full speed from 100 meters away, and that was just aiming manually as I was going. So I do know this 10.5cm gun is very stable in the move. Right, now he's aiming where he thinks the Matilda's going to come up, and there he is. Okay, line up the shot, and he's got a red line there at the moment, which means the shell would hit the ground before it hits the Matilda. Now he can fire. Oh, if he gets... It's a Kolobanov on for him now, if he can survive. Line up the shot, and he gets it. Matilda gets it in the kisser. He waited until he just come up just far enough. Oh, don't tip yourself over, please. Ooh. He lined that shot up, waited for the Matilda to move up a little higher up so the ground wasn't obstructing the fall of shot, and then he fired, and he took him out by firing it right into the front quarter of that tier 5 Soviet medium. They're tough old birds, those Matilda 4s, but he made easy work of that once it got right in front of him. Now the other thing about the AMX the AMX13 AM is it's actually quite fast, and of course it is a light tank chassis, the AMX13 chassis, and he's now taking a position above the cap right next door to the wreck of the Birch gun. Now one might think that's a bit silly to actually sit yourself next to a wreck, but that wreck might actually act as some form of protection. I would say not much, because actually he's on the exposed side, is where he's expecting the enemy to come from. There's only 4 enemy left, and 3 of them are Artys, and 1's a Hetzer. Now, if he can get rid of that Hetzer, then maybe he stands an even chance with the Artys. I would expect that Hetzer to come up the same place that the Matilda came up. But obviously the Hetzer will be looking towards where the Matilda was killed from, so he'll be looking towards the bushes to the west, and he won't expect a shell coming from the opposite direction. Mind you, once Grant's fired his shell, he needs to relocate him immediately, because he'll have 3 Artys all firing at him simultaneously. Still no sign of the enemy. Oh, here they are, and one of the Artys has come in first. The SU-122A, and look where he's headed. He's headed off towards the southwest. He thinks that Grant is still in that corner, and he can't work out why he can't see him. Yeah, you see he's aimed in that direction, and there's the Hetzer. Okay, well the Hetzer's the more dangerous opponent, so he's killing that first. Lined up, and kill shot. Beautiful. Now the SU-122 knows where he is, and he's getting out of there quickly. The SU-122's turned round, but he's got a very narrow arc of fire, which makes it very difficult for him to fire at something moving quickly. Now Grant's got the speed advantage. He can drive around, come up behind the SU-122 and shoot him shotgun before the SU-122 can do anything. As I say, the narrow arc of fire means you get big reticule bloom on the SU-122, and it still looks like that SU-122's got the 152mm howitzer, which is very powerful. But the problem is that that arc really makes it difficult. Okay, he's lined up. Oh, he shotguns the SU-122, 164, and this is what I'm saying about it. It's a very accurate little gun, the 105mm. That SU-122 is not going to be a happy bunny right now. That'd be a good idea. Oh, he does it again, but he misses this time. He needs to get out of there. And the SU-122 misses his shot. And actually, he hasn't got the 152mm. He's got the 122mm. And Grant's going to reload first, and he derps the SU-122 right in the face. Finishes him off. Right, so it's 1 against 2 now. So where is it? They're firing rounds at him, but he can't see them. They're around somewhere. Yeah, I can see the rounds coming in. Now, the question is he going to see one of these Artys in the West Passage? Well, he might. Might want to wait by this bush. Just have a quick look. No, he's going to go straight through. Well, he's got guts. Mind you, he might have those guts spread all over the floor. Okay, no sign of them yet. As I say, this Arty is very good at firing on the move. Very easy to lock on. Oh, a beautiful target to fire at Su-5. That's a tier 4 Soviet SPG. Fires manually, but he doesn't get a hit. He could have auto-locked on. That probably would have been better. But now, he's got a fast reload. And I don't know if that Su-5 is loaded. And he missed on the second shot. And the Su-5 doesn't appear to have the top gun. So he may have run out of ammunition. Because they don't carry a lot of ammo. I think the Su-5 has got no ammo left. And that round came in there from the M37. And when he's rammed the Su-5, done some hit point damage that way, he's going to reload anyway. So long as he can get a shot right into the side. Oh! That Su-5 was just killed by the enemy. Unfortunately, he's just killed his own teammate, and it's the M37. And I think if he was so close, that means he gets the lucky badge. Oh, that's so embarrassing. But I think those shells were coming from the north, or rather from the east of the map. I think that's where the M37 is located. I think he's somewhere over in grid squares B7 or C8. And now he can't see Grant, so he's blind to the bat. Grant has a general idea of where the M37 is. There he is! Oh! Oh! Right in the face! Beautiful! And he wins the battle. And I do believe that means with a win rate of 3860. And is this confirmed? Yes, he did get it! He got a Kolobanov. He stood alone against 5 enemies and defeated them all. He also picked up an ace tanker. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 11. He got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 5. The Kolobanov for standing alone against 5 enemy. And he did get the lucky badge, yes, because the Su-5 was killed off by the M37 by mistake, whilst he was right next door to that Su-5. And I think that poor Su-5 driver, he must have been out of ammo, because he would have fired if he could have. But I just don't think he had any ammo left, because he didn't have the top gun. He had the one of the lower guns, and unfortunately that means that he was unable to do anything about the battle. He was just fodder, really. So great pity there for the Su-5, but a brilliant battle for Grant 1212126. I'd like to know what that's all about, but maybe he was born on the 12th month of the 12th day of the 12th month of the 12th year. Don't know. Well, anyway, we'll find out one day, supposedly. But let's have a look at the team scores, see how well he did. Well, he got the second highest damage, 1068 hit points, on his team, that is. The T67 beat him at 1072, but it was the IKV65 who actually managed to get the highest damage of all, 1188, and he picked up the high caliber. Grant did manage to get the highest number of kills overall, with 5, and he also managed to pick up the highest base XP of 813. He fired 19 rounds, got 6 direct hits, 6 penetration and 3 splash. Did damage of 1068 hit points, of which 537 were at more than 300 meters. He did receive 1 hit, 1 penetration, and I believe that was from the Su-122, was it the M37? I think it was the M37 actually. And he also received 1 hit as a result of splash damage, and that was definitely from the M37. He spotted 3 enemy vehicles, and those were all 3 enemy Artys. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 5 of them, and he managed to get 41 defense points when he took out the Su-122 in the cap. He received 18,146 credits, but he got 5,000 credits for the personal mission payout, and he got, after repair and ammunition resupply, he managed to take away 17,796 credits overall. He received 813 base XP, And he also got a personal reserves bonus for 813 as well, and as well as the personal missions payout for 203, meaning he took away 1829 experience points altogether. But I suppose he'll be most happy about picking up a Kolobanov in a tier 5 Arty, which is not one of the most renowned Artys for being accurate or fun to play, but in this particular instance he did make it fun to play, and he played it very well indeed. So congratulations, Grant. That was a great demonstration of how effective the AMX 13105AM can be. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.